ground, in the trenches, though in the back of Parliament, we're at the front of their cause. So pause. Find your backbencher at jampja.org.
Me, I go show them my way of justice.
I'm abused.
I need legal advice. I don't deserve this.
The truth of the matter is, justice there for all of we. The Ministry of Justice has trained more than 5,600 persons in restorative justice practices. More than 200,000 victims have been supported by the victim services. Legal aid has reached thousands island-wide. Make we talk it out, not fight it out. Call 888 Justice today. Motorists, as Minister of Justice, I appeal to you. Obey the road code, pay your ticket on time, and only go to court if the ticket is being contested. Close to 80% of matters coming to the parish courts are for traffic breaches. Let's work together to make our roads safe and ease the burden on our courts.
A new story is being written for all Jamaicans. The Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation is on a mission to transform lives. From increasing access to potable water, providing secure homes for the most vulnerable, and helping you own a piece of the rock. We're revitalizing communities and preserving our environment. We're making an impact. See the difference. Feel the difference. Building a better Jamaica for you and me.
You can feel it. Make JC.
Zoom in on the nutrition facts. It there in the table on the side of the back. You fi check out the servings, just do the maths. Not taking too much, finger below the facts. Zoom in on the nutrition facts. It there in the table on the side of the back. Take note of the sodium, the sugars and the fats by percent. Unless you're on the right track. You fi zoom in on the nutrition facts. It there in the table on the side of the back. Vitamins, minerals and vitamin 2, 20% and more that good for you. You fi zoom in. Check the nutrition facts. You fi zoom in. Check the nutrition facts. You fi zoom in. Check the nutrition facts. Less sugar, less salt intake and less fat. You fi zoom in.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Jamaica Moves, the Heart Foundation of Jamaica, the National Health Fund, and Japan.
Me, I go show them my way of justice.
I'm abused.
I need legal advice. I don't deserve this.
The truth of the matter is, justice there for all of we. The Ministry of Justice has trained more than 5,600 persons in restorative justice practices. More than 200,000 victims have been supported by the victim services. Legal aid has reached thousands island-wide. Make we talk it out, not fight it out. Call 888 Justice today.
So who keeps our taxpayer money in check? Well, the PAC and PAAC help watch over the country's budget. And one might sound like it just have an extra A, but they're way different. Here's how. The PAAC and PAC are two committees that watch the money. The Public Accounts Committee reviews government projects after them close. They do a post-audit check to see what problems arose with the costs and call officials to explain decisions that cause budget mismanagement. And then they recommend corrective action. So the problem will happen from when, not happen again. But what about the money we are spending right now? The PAAC. That's how Public Administration and Appropriations Committee pretty much means your money will protect as it happen, we check. While projects go on, things are accurate. As government spend the nation's budget, PAAC reviews it. They examine proposals and summon officials to find problems before them don't use it. So the PAC and PAAC are two parliamentary committees that watch over the country's wallet to protect the budget and keep it in check. And you can get involved. Just visit jampja.org.
PBCJ blends tradition with innovation. We're excited to share an extraordinary project led by our library team, using QR code technology to transform our physical exhibitions into a captivating digital experience. Step into the PBCJ's rich repository of television history. Our exhibitions celebrate groundbreaking moments and iconic figures that have shaped Jamaica's media landscape. We recognize that in today's digital age, audiences seek more interactive and engaging experiences. This is where the PBCJ's QR code project comes into play. Imagine this. With a quick scan of a QR code, audiences can unlock a treasure trove of multimedia content, diving deeper into the stories behind each exhibit.
Now, this project is a game changer for us. It allows us to present our archival materials in new ways and makes our rich history accessible to everyone, anytime, anywhere. With QR codes, each exhibit becomes a gateway. Visitors can easily explore related documents, images, and videos, enhancing their understanding and appreciation of our collection.
It is a seamless blend of the physical and digital worlds. We aim to create a richer experience by inviting our audience to engage on a whole new level, transforming our exhibition into a digital format demonstrates our commitment to innovation and accessibility. We want to ensure that our invaluable history is available for future generations.
The implementation of this technology has been exciting. We aim for a user-friendly experience that maximizes engagement without compromising the integrity of the exhibits.
This project not only fosters creativity and collaboration among our team, but also highlights our dedication to enhancing visitor experiences. We are proud to be a part of a project that focuses on inclusivity and accessibility for all.
With each QR code strategically placed throughout the exhibition, visitors can immerse themselves in a multifaceted exploration, bridging the gap between history and technology. Join us on this exciting journey as we redefine how history is experienced. For more information about our QR code project and upcoming initiatives, send an email to av@pbcjamaica.org.
Motorists, as Minister of Justice, I appeal to you, obey the road code, pay your ticket on time, and only go to court if the ticket is being contested. Close to 80% of matters coming to the parish courts are for traffic breaches. Let's work together to make our roads safe and ease the burden on our courts.
Most major illnesses that affect Jamaicans are caused by unhealthy lifestyles. Over 50% of Jamaicans are overweight. 1 in 3 Jamaicans has high blood pressure. 1 in 8 Jamaicans has diabetes. 17% of Jamaicans have high cholesterol. A healthy lifestyle can reduce the risk of most of these diseases. Things like regular exercise and adequate rest can play an important role in maintaining good health. The other major consideration is eating healthy. The question is, how do you walk into a restaurant or fast food outlet and identify the healthier menu items? Better For You is an initiative to help Jamaicans to eat healthier. Restaurants and fast food outlets can voluntarily participate by identifying the items on their menu that meet the food-based dietary guidelines for Jamaica. These menu items would be easily identified with the Better For You logo, so customers can quickly identify healthier meal options by looking at the menu or menu board. Once they see the Better For You logo, they can confidently order that menu item, knowing that it's a healthier choice. Better For You will help Jamaicans to make better choices and prompt restaurants to add better options to their menu. Better For You is better for everyone. Good health begins with better choices.
Cook it up and make we steam it. Fresh so me need it, tilapia a real fish. Cook it up and make we roast it. Farm fresh so me need it, tilapia a real fish. Grow smart at the best part. Food for thought so me have to eat smart. Easy catch, fully net. A tilapia so you don't know what's next. Cook it up and make we fry it. Fresh so me need it, tilapia a real fish. Bring home the best in freshwater fish. High content of vitamin B3, protein and potassium. Tilapia, simple, healthy, delicious.
Good afternoon, everyone. I now invite the President of the Jamaica Council of Churches to say prayers.
Let us pray. Almighty God, creator and sustainer of all, we begin this new parliamentary session with grateful hearts, acknowledging you as the ultimate source of authority for rulers and nations. We thank you for Jamaica, land we love, and for all who serve the legislature in this House of Representatives, entrusted with the people's voice and the shaping of our common life. We pray for the Governor General and for our Prime Minister, Cabinet, and newly appointed ministers, and those who will serve as ministers of state, who will advance the work of the executive. May the advice received and given be anchored in excellence and be favorable. We pray also for the leader of the opposition and the shadow cabinet, whose constitutional duty is to hold the government accountable, that together government and opposition may pursue truth and justice in service of every Jamaican. We pray that the spirit of cooperation may prevail, even when views contend, so that the best interest of Jamaica are always served. Bless the Speaker of this honorable House, that his or her chair may always command respect, and that debates here may be robust but never reckless, full of reason, never given to empty show. Guard against pride and disruption. Grant humility, discipline, and cooperation in the pursuit of wise decisions. Lord, grant to these leaders the wisdom like Solomon, that in addressing crime, reforming our Constitution, and advancing policies for national development, their choices may promote justice, peace, and prosperity, and that the laws passed may honor God and improve people's lives. May they never forget the poor, the elderly, children, the disabled, the unemployed, and those who are most vulnerable. Bless their families, their staff, and all who support their work. Keep them safe from harm and strengthen their resolve to do all the good they can for as long as they can for all the people they serve. And Lord, may you bless the clerk and staff of this honorable House, whose diligent service undergirds the work of its members. Grant them wisdom, patience, and strength as they support the conduct of the people's business. Now unto him who is able to keep us from falling and to present us faultless before his throne with exceeding joy, be glory, majesty, dominion, and power, both now and forevermore. Amen.
Summoning of Parliament, a proclamation. By His Excellency, the Most Honorable Sir Patrick Linton Allen, Member of the Order of the Nation, Knight Grand Cross of the Most Distinguished Order of St. Michael and St. George, Commander of the Order of Distinction, Knight of Grace of the Most Venerable Order of the Hospital of St. John of Jerusalem, Governor General of Jamaica. Whereas it is provided by subsection 1 of section 63 of the Constitution of Jamaica that each session of Parliament shall be held at such place and shall commence at such time as the Governor General may, by proclamation, appoint. And whereas it is expedient that a session of the Parliament of Jamaica should be held at such place and commence at such time as shall hereinafter appear. Now, therefore, I, Patrick Linton Allen, member of the Order of the Nation, Knight Grand Cross of the Most Distinguished Order of St. Michael and St. George, Commander of the Order of Distinction, Knight of Grace of the Most Venerable Order of the Hospital of St. John of Jerusalem, Governor General of Jamaica, in exercise of the power conferred on me by subsection 1 of section 63 of the Constitution of Jamaica, do hereby proclaim and make known that a session of the Parliament of Jamaica shall be held at George William Gordon House in the parish of Kingston on the 18th day of September 2025, commencing in respect of the Senate at 11 a.m. and in respect of the House of Representatives at 11:30 a.m. Given under my hand and the broad seal of Jamaica at King's House, this 16th day of September, in the year of our Lord, 2025, and the 4th year of the reign of His Majesty King Charles III, God save the King. In accordance to Standing Order Number 2, I now call upon the members of this House to elect from among you, not being a minister or parliamentary secretary, to be Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Madam Clerk, I beg to nominate the member-elect for East Rural St. Andrew to be Speaker of this House.
Madam Clerk, I beg to second the nomination.
The member-elect for East Rural St. Andrew has been nominated and seconded. Are there any other nominations? There being no other nominations, I declare the member-elect for East Rural St. Andrew as Speaker of this Honorable House. May I now invite the member-elect for East Rural St. Andrew to make and subscribe to the oath of allegiance.
I, Juliet Anne-Marie Holness, do swear that I will faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God. The senators have already joined us. Madam Clerk, please invite the members of the Senate to enter and sit within the bar of the House to witness the swearing-in of the members of this House of Representatives. Let me begin by thanking the people of Jamaica for reposing confidence in all of us, government and opposition members alike, to collectively serve as the legislative arm of the government. I also wish to welcome all new parliamentarians on both sides of the House and to warmly welcome back those returning, whether after a long hiatus or a short break for necessary diplomatic processes recently concluded. Now that the dust has settled, the people have spoken, and the competition is over, let us combine the fire within our blood with our passion for prosperity to work diligently on behalf of the Jamaican people. While we may not always agree and often disagree on the best route to achieve outcomes, I invite every member of this honorable House to keep our discourse respectful, compliant, and focused on our singular objective, that is the interests of the people of Jamaica. In my previous term as Speaker, we made meaningful progress, from fostering robust debates on legislative reforms to renovating the members' lounge and enhancing the comfort and convenience of our parliamentary physical space. I assure you, these accomplishments are just the beginning. In this term, I am committed to pursuing even greater reforms and transformative initiatives to make our Parliament more efficient, dignified, and accessible. It is my duty as Speaker not only to identify opportunities for greater efficiency, but also to guide and remind all of us of the requirements of the standing orders in the spirit of balance, fairness, and good order. The Speaker does not make the rules, but humbly and, if necessarily, firmly ensures that they are followed by all members without fear or favor. It is with this in mind that I will continue with our partnership within the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association for the comprehensive review of the standing orders for the Houses of Representatives to plug any gaps identified, modernize procedures, and give clearer guidance on complex processes. This redraft will soon be placed before the Standing Orders Committee for vetting and deliberation before it is tabled in the House. Members, we have a duty to the people of Jamaica to exemplify decorum and dedication to service. Let me say also a heartfelt gratitude and appreciation to the team here at the Parliament, the clerk, parliamentary team, our technical team across various ministries, agencies, and departments, the essential staff, our drivers, the close protection officers, executive secretaries, all of those who continue to give unwavering, dedicated, and exemplary service. These individuals who continue to be our support have become the epitome of professionalism, and they are actually the backbone of this institution. I have no doubt that together we will achieve even greater excellence in this new term. We share an equal responsibility to perform our duties with integrity, insight, and inspiration. Let us therefore commit ourselves to the highest ideals of equity, efficiency, and excellence, inspired by the words of the Apostle Paul to the Philippians, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth unto those things which are before. Let us press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of God is Christ Jesus. Our high calling is to excellence in political and legislative service, so that Jamaica may, under God, increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity. Thank you, members. In accordance I call upon the members of this House to elect one from among you, not being a member or a parliamentary secretary, to be the Deputy Speaker. Leader of Government Business.
Madam Speaker, I beg to nominate the member-elect from Central St. James to be Deputy Speaker.
Madam Speaker, I beg to second the nomination.
Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? If there are no other nominations, There being no other nominations, I declare the member-elect for the constituency of Central St. James, Heroy Clark, as the Deputy Speaker of this Honourable House. I now invite the member-elect from Central St. James to make and subscribe to the oath of allegiance.
I, Heroy Anthony Clark, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibility to the people of Jamaica, so help me God.
May I now call on the remaining members of this Honourable House to make and subscribe to the oath of allegiance.
Andrew Michael Holness.
I, Andrew Michael Holness, do solemnly, sincerely, and truly declare and affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and the laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica.
Horace Anthony Chang.
I, Horace Anthony Chang, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Floyd O'Brien Green.
I, Floyd O'Brien Green, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica, so help me God.
Favor Shirley Williams.
I, Favor Shirley Williams, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Edmund Curtis Bartlett.
I, Edmund Curtis Bartlett, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Olivia Atavia Grange.
I, Olivia Atavia Grange, do solemnly, sincerely, and truly declare and affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and the laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica.
Desmond Anthony Augustus Mackenzie. Yes.
I, Desmond Anthony Augustus Mackenzie, do swear that I'll be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, and that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and the laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Delroy Armin Chuck.
I, Delroy Holminchuk, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Daryl Wesley Philip Vaz.
I, Daryl Wesley Philip Vaz, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and the laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Christopher Charles Tufton.
I, Christopher Charles Tufton, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and the laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Parnell Patro Charles Jr.
I, Parnell Patro Charles Jr., do solemnly, sincerely, and truly declare and affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and the laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica.
Matthew Peter Samuda.
I, Matthew Peter Samuda, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, and that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Audrey Patrice Marks.
I, Audrey Patrice Marks, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Andrew O'Brien Wheatley.
I, Andrew O'Brien Wheatley, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Robert St. Aubin Montague.
I, Robert St. Aubin Montague, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Robert Nestor Morgan.
I, Robert Nestor Morgan, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Richard Edward Azan.
I, Richard Edward Azan, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution, the laws of Jamaica, that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibility to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Christopher Brown.
All right, I have a middle name. I, Christopher Rue Brown, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Angela Rosemary Brown Burke.
I, Angela Rosemary Brown Burke, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Isaac Aqueba Buchanan.
I, Isaac Aquaba Buchanan, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Peter Murcott Bunting.
I, Peter Murcott Bunting, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Nikisha Burchell.
I, Nikisha Sharnika Burchell, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Dayton Ricardo Campbell.
I, Dayton Ricardo Campbell, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Lothan Cousins.
I, Luther and Cousins, do affirm, solemnly declare and affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, and that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and the laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica.
Damian Orande Crawford.
I, Damian Orande Crawford, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Rhoda Moy Crawford.
I, Rhoda Moy Crawford, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Juliet Samantha Cuthbert Flynn.
I, Juliet Samantha Cuthbert Flynn, do solemnly, sincerely, and truly declare and affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and the laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica.
Denise Joyce Daly.
I, Joyce Denise Daly, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and the laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Marissa Colleen Dalrymple Philibert.
I, Marissa Colleen Dalrymple Philibert, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and the laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica, so help me God.
Alfred Dawes.
I, Alfred Patrick Dawes, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica, so help me God.
Mark Jefferson Golding.
I, Mark Jefferson Golding, do swear that I'll be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I'll uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica, so help me God.
Dennis Jr. Gordon.
I, Dennis Jr. Gordon, do swear that I will faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibility to the people of Jamaica, so help me God.
Tova Tene Hamilton.
I, Tova Tene Hamilton, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and the laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica, so help me God.
Ian Dave Hales.
I, Ian Dave Hales, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica, so help me God.
Wavell Wayne Hines.
I, Wavell Wayne Hines, do swear that I will faithfully and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
George Anthony Hilton.
I, George Anthony Hilton, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Zalika Jess.
I, Zalika Amadi Jess, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Fitz Arthur Jackson.
I, Fitz Arthur Jackson, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Crystal Kerry-Ann Lee.
I, Crystal Kerry-Ann Lee, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Marlene Patricia Malahoo Fort.
I, Marlene Patricia Malahoo Fort, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Xavier Taze Main.
I, Xavier Taze, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Heather Miller Bennett.
I, Heather Marvery Miller, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Andrew Antonio Morris.
I, Andrew Antonio Morris, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Carencia Alicia Morrison.
I, Carencia Alicia Morrison, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Natalie Gay Nita Garvey.
I, Natalie Nita Garvey, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and the laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Omar Anthony Newell.
I, Omar Anthony Newell, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and the laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Philip Fianne Paulwell.
I, Philip Fianne Paulwell, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Mikhail Asher Phillip.
I, Michael Asher Phillips, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Andrea Perkis.
I, Andrea Marvelyn Perkis, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
James Rodolph Edward Robertson.
I, James Rudolph Edward Robertson, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, and that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Julian J. Robinson.
I, Julian J. Robinson, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Kenneth Russell.
I, Kenneth Alfonso Russell, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, and will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Yvonne Rosemary Shaw.
I, Yvonne Rosemary Shaw, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Delano Orlando Sivright.
I, Delano Orlando Sivright, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Dwayne Charles Edward Smith.
I, Dwayne Charles Edward Smith, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica. I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Orlando Nathaniel Terrelong.
I, Orlando Nathaniel Terrelong, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Dwayne Francois St. Michael Vaz.
I, Dwayne Francois St. Michael Vaz, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Clifford Everald Errol Warmington.
I,
Clifford Everett Warmington. On behalf of the people of Southwest St. Catherine, from whom only, I do swear that I will faithfully and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibility to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Delroy Hugh Williams.
I, Delroy U. Williams, do solemnly, sincerely, and truly declare and affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and the laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica.
Donovan St. Ledger Williams.
I, Donovan St. Ledger Williams, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
And finally, Franklin Robert Whitter.
I, Franklin Robert Whitter, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, and that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. So help me God.
Thank you, Clerk. Statement by ministers. Announcements. Leader of government business.
Madam Speaker, I now have the honor to announce that the Electoral Office has advised that the following persons have been elected members of this Honorable House of Representatives: Clarendon Northwestern, Mr. Richard Azan. St. James East Central, Mr. Edmund Bartlett. St. Mary Southeastern, Mr. Christopher Brown. St. Andrew Southwestern, Dr. Angela Brown-Burke. Portland Eastern, Mr. Isaac Buchanan. Manchester Southern, Mr. Peter Bunting. St. James Southern, Miss Nikisha Birchall. Westmoreland Eastern, Dr. Dayton Campbell. St. James Northwestern, Dr. Horace Chang. Clarendon Southeastern, Mr. Pernell Charles Jr. St. Andrew Northeastern, Mr. Delroy Chuck. St. James Central, Mr. Heroy Clark. Clarendon Southwestern, Mr. Lowton Cousins. St. Catherine Northwestern, Mr. Damian Crawford. Manchester Central, Miss Rhoda Crawford. St. Andrew West Rural, Mrs. Juliet Cuthbert Flynn. St. Catherine Eastern, Miss Joyce Daly. Trelawney Southern, Mrs. Marissa Dalrymple Filbert. St. Catherine Southeastern, Dr. Alfred Dawes. St. Catherine Southern, Mr. Mark Golding. St. Andrew East Central, Mr. Dennis Gordon. St. Catherine Central, Miss Olivia Grange. St. Elizabeth Southwestern, Mr. Floyd Green. Trelawney Northern, Miss Tova Hamilton. Westmoreland Western, Mr. Ian Hales. Clarendon Northern, Mr. Wavell Hines. St. Andrew West Central, Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness. St. Andrew East Rural, Mrs. Juliet Holness. St. Andrew Western, Mr. George Hilton. St. Andrew Southern, Mr. Fitz Jackson. St. Elizabeth Northeastern, Miss Zulika Jess. St. Anne Northwestern, Miss Crystal Lee. St. James West Central, Mrs. Marlene Malahoo Fort. Manchester Northeastern, Ambassador Audrey Marks. St. Anne Southwestern, Mr. Xavier Main. Kingston Western, Mr. Desmond Mackenzie. Hanover Western, Mrs. Heather Miller Bennett. St. Mary Western, Mr. Robert Montague. Clarendon North Central, Mr. Robert Morgan. St. Elizabeth Northwestern, Mr. Andrew Morris. St. Catherine Northeastern, Miss Carencia Morrison. St. Catherine North Central, Mrs. Natalie Nita Garvey. St. Mary Central, Mr. Omar Newell. Kingston East and Port Royal, Mr. Philip Paulwell. Manchester Northwestern, Mr. Michael Phillips. Hanover Eastern, Miss Andrea Perkis. St. Thomas Western, Mr. James Robertson. St. Andrew Southeastern, Mr. Julian Robinson. St. Anne Southeastern, Dr. Kenneth Russell. St. Anne Northeastern, Mr. Matthew Samuda. St. Andrew North Central, Mr. Delano Sivright. St. Thomas Eastern, Miss Yvonne Shaw. St. Andrew Northwestern, Mr. Dwayne Smith. St. Catherine East Central, Mr. Alando Terrelong. St. Catherine West Central, Dr. Christopher Tufton. Portland Western, Mr. Darrell Vaz. Westmoreland Central, Mr. Dwayne Vaz. St. Catherine Southwestern, Mr. Clifford Evald Warmington. St. Catherine South Central, Dr. Andrew Wheatley. Clarendon Central, Mr. Delroy Williams. Kingston Central, Mr. Donovan Williams. St. Andrew Eastern, Mrs. Favour Williams. And finally, St. Elizabeth Southeastern, Mr. Franklin Whittle.
Thank you, House Leader. Bills brought from the Senate. petitions, papers, reports from committees, notices of motions given orally, questions and answers to questions, motions that may be made at the commencement of public business requiring notice, motions relating to the sitting of the House, motion for leave to introduce bills, presentation of bills without leave of the House first obtained, public business. House Leader.
Madam Speaker, as is customary, the Prime Minister and the Leader of the Opposition will make a statement, commencing with the Leader of the Opposition.
Thank you. I now invite to his feet the Leader of the Opposition, the member from St. Andrews Southern.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I want to join in the words of congratulations that have already been extended to all of the 63 members of Parliament who have been duly elected and have today taken their seats in this honourable House. It is a good thing that we have managed to have general elections in this country with minimal violence. Especially one as hard fought and as closely run as this one. And it shows that what was once a scourge on our society and body politic is something which we can hopefully say is permanently behind us. We have other concerns about the electoral system, which we have already foreshadowed in public statements that we've made, and we intend to continue to do what we can to see improvements in that area. And you will be hearing from us further on that at future times. I want to just say for my own part how happy I am that over 403,000 Jamaicans voted for our members of Parliament on this side, an increase of some 97,000 voters over our performance in the previous elections, resulting in us doubling the number of seats that we hold in this Parliament, as can be seen today. It restores a significant measure of balance in the Parliament of the country, which I think is good for Jamaica's democracy, and provides us with a platform to move forward to achieve our goals next time round. I want to congratulate the members of Parliament on the other side, the 35 of them, who were successful and who have therefore formed the government, and congratulate the Jamaica Labour Party for its third successive term, which I believe is a historic landmark for that party. Madam Speaker, the Prime Minister in his inaugural address at King's House emphasized the importance of the country coming together, of unity, and so on. And I think nobody in Jamaica would express a contrary view. Unity is strength, and we must all strive for it. However, it cannot be achieved by platitudes or just empty words. One hand can't clap. And it is important, if we want to build consensus around important topics, that there be some action, some actual tangible effort to achieve consensus. And the events that have taken place here today, I don't think augur well in that regard. We have heard from the Prime Minister that he wants to pursue the constitutional reform effort further. And we do also want to see Jamaica move from the vestiges of colonialism, which are still very much present in our existing constitutional arrangements and achieve full decolonization, which is long overdue. For that to happen, there needs to be consensus around certain critical things that we regard as fundamental to this exercise. And we don't feel that any effort has really been made to achieve such consensus thus far. And I look forward to seeing whether or not that will in fact take place going forward. Within the Parliament itself, I would ask that the Prime Minister reinstitute the system of chairmanship of the House committees, which was established in 2007 and continued through 3 successive governments, including the first of his terms in the current 3-term cycle, but was discontinued in 2020. Yeah, I think that it is necessary. It is necessary for there to be more accountability for what the executive is or isn't doing, and the committee system of the Parliament is a vital element in ensuring that continuity. And having the government appoint the chairman of the committees to set the agenda and the dates of meetings and so on is not, in our view, consistent with the aspiration of accountability which we hear being stated on both sides. And, you know, a former Prime Minister, Bruce Golding, from that side was the one who instituted the mechanism of having the opposition appoint the chairman and chairpersons of these committees. And it was continued by the Most Honourable Portia Simpson-Miller when she was Prime Minister, and by Most Honourable Andrew Holness in his first term, and then discontinued. And I urge him to reconsider the discontinuance of that, what I think was the building of an important convention in achieving greater levels of accountability in our Parliament. Madam Speaker, Jamaica is at somewhat of a crossroads. We have managed through successive administrations to take our public debt from the perilous heights of 147% of GDP, which was where it was in 2012, to this year it is projected to have achieved the 60% target, which is embodied in our fiscal rules and is part of our fiscal responsibility framework in our law. Both sides can claim some degree of satisfaction in the achievement of that monumental milestone. Really, the heavy lifting began in 2012-13 with the new IMF agreement that was signed, a very challenging agreement which led to success in bringing the debt-to-GDP ratio down to 115% by 2016, and it has continued thereafter to now, where with a revision in the accounting protocol for GDP, the expectation is that we will achieve 60% this year. Having said that, what we have not seen is commensurate improvements in the standard of living and quality of life of our people. And all the sacrifices that have been borne by the people of Jamaica in running the high primary surpluses that have been necessary to achieve the debt reduction that we have managed to achieve must now translate into tangible benefits that the people of Jamaica can feel that they have derived from the sacrifices made. We on our side have espoused a set of policies and programs that we feel are necessary for Jamaica to move beyond the anemic, stagnant levels of economic growth, which have been a feature of modern Jamaica, and in particular over the last 10 years, and take us to higher levels of growth that can generate the kind of revenues to support investments in the people, social investments that are necessary in infrastructure and in our human capital that can become a self-reinforcing virtuous circle of growth that can take Jamaica to her destiny as a prosperous nation, as opposed to one which has achieved so many great things in certain areas, but in the area of economics and how the life of our people unfolds on a daily basis, we are underperforming. We intend to hold this government to account. For all the promises that they made to the people of Jamaica in the course of the last election in seeking a third term of office and in achieving higher levels of performance than they've been able to achieve thus far. And we intend to also put forward our own proposals as to how we would do that so that Jamaica could be a place in which the aspirations of our people can be met right here on this rock and not by way of having to migrate or seek solace elsewhere. The Jamaican people are a great, proud, and powerful nation, but we are not yet achieving our destiny in the critical areas that would make the life of our people more bearable and where there would be a sense of hope and a sense that this country that we live on can give to our people what they need to feel comfortable and live a high and good quality of life. I close by thanking the staff of Parliament for the service that they render to us day in, day out when we're here, and even when we're not here, I know the work goes on. And I would also just like to congratulate our athletes who are in Japan performing at such a high level, bringing more gold, more silver, more fame and more fortune to our lands and helping to reignite brand Jamaica in the area of athletics. We want to big them up and thank them for their service. And of course, Shelley Ann Fraser-Price, who has now ended her international athletics career. A special shout out to her for her tremendous career. Yes. And on a sad note, we lost one of Jamaica's greatest footballers in the last week or so, Alan Skill Cole. And I want to use this opportunity to express condolences to his family and friends. You know, as somebody who's a lover of football, you know, I can really say that he took the art and craft of being a baller to a higher level, and he will be sadly missed. And thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Thank you, members of the House. I hope that we can work together well, authentically, to move this country forward in the coming term. God bless you all.
Thank you, Leader of the Opposition. Next to his feet is our Prime Minister and Minister of Defense, Economic Growth and Infrastructure Development.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and my congratulations on your election to the seat of Speaker of this House. It is with profound humility and renewed resolve that I rise to address this Honourable House on this historic day, the swearing in of the newly elected members of Parliament and the swearing in of the members on this side who will form the government for a third consecutive term. Today is a reaffirmation of the mandate given by the people, a recommitment by all of us in this House to service, and a solemn reminder
of the weight of responsibilities that rest upon us all. First, Madam Speaker, I give thanks to the Almighty who continues to guide our steps as individuals, but more so as a people. Without his providence and mercy, neither I nor any member seated here today could have reached this moment. I extend gratitude to the people of West Central St. Andrew who have sent me here, but to the people of Jamaica who have participated in the democratic process, whether or not they voted for me or not. That they have participated is the important thing. It is they who have established the government. Of course, Madam Speaker, I express gratitude to you and the rest of my family, and indeed to my colleagues in the Jamaica Labour Party, the tireless campaigners, workers, and supporters who have kept faith with our mission, vision, and movement. Honourable members, whether you sit on the government benches or on the opposition side, let us never forget that we are here not for ourselves, but for Jamaica. Each of us sent here by the people to carry their concerns, to amplify their aspirations, and to frame into law and policy the hopes and dreams of all our citizens. Madam Speaker, I extend congratulations to all members on both sides, those who have been re-elected, and particularly to those who are newly elected. Allow me to welcome the newly elected members to the House. Just yesterday, I stood before the nation at King's House and pledged to serve with vision, wisdom, and integrity in the third term of our government. Today, as we inaugurate the new Parliament, the themes remain, but the setting gives fresh weight. For it is here, within these walls, that vision must be translated into legislation, that wisdom must be sharpened through debate, that integrity must be lived out in the decisions and in the actions we take. Together, over the last 9 years, we have walked a long road. As the leader of the opposition pointed out, we have halved the national debt, restored fiscal stability, created historic levels of employment, and halved poverty. We have built new infrastructure, increased wages, invested in health, education, and we have halved murders in this country, and we have brought crime down to 30-year lows. Yet, as I've said before, today is not about resting on our laurels. This new Parliament is charged not with maintaining the status quo, but with advancing to a higher plane of national development. Madam Speaker, for too long, Jamaica has struggled with the legacy of insecure land tenure and informal settlements. Generations of Jamaicans have lived, farmed, and built on land without the security of a title, limiting their ability to access credit, pass on wealth, or invest with confidence. Informal settlements have multiplied, often without proper infrastructure or services, creating conditions of disorder and vulnerability. This is why I have appointed a minister without portfolio within the Ministry of Economic Growth and Infrastructure Development with specific responsibility for land titling and settlement. Land titling is not simply about paperwork. It is about reducing urban blight, enabling community upgrading, and ensuring that every new home rests on firm ground, not on sand. but on firm ground, or swan, on the firm ground of legality and security. Formalization also has a deeper meaning. Communities without clear ownership are more prone to criminal exploitation, while for criminals to operate. Formalization through land titling strengthens the rule of law at the community level, giving residents a stake in order and reducing the likelihood of their community being used as a safe haven for gangs. In this way, housing and land titling are not just economic policies, they are violence reduction strategies. To signal the priority of violence reduction, the Ministry of National Security is now the Ministry of National Security and Peace. This reflects our conviction that the task before us is not simply to enforce law and order, but to build the conditions for lasting peace. I'm happy that the Leader of the Opposition in his presentation pointed out, as I pointed out several times in this House, that Jamaica has had several successes in its development. One that I'm particularly proud of is that we have managed to eliminate political violence from our society. It's a major achievement. And it was done in a cooperative way. I believe that this generation of leaders also has the capability to eliminate social violence from our society. So while homicides have fallen to levels not seen in decades, we must address the underlying conditions that cause and sustain violence. And the new Ministry of National Security and Peace will be focused jointly with other ministries on ensuring that once and for all, we tackle this issue of social violence. The work to reduce crime is not only about saving lives, it is about changing the entire trajectory of the country. Every murder prevented is not just a life saved, but a community stabilized, an investor reassured, a professional encouraged to stay, a business able to expand. Madam Speaker, we are already seeing this peace dividend occur. The Member of Parliament for Central Kingston is a witness to the peace dividend in his constituency when he can point to certain developments taking place. So too, the member from East Kingston and Port Royal, where he can point to certain residential developments taking place. Once we establish peace, our economy will grow. I see the member from Western St. Andrew also pointing out that there are developments taking place. So, Madam Speaker, for the first time in decades, Jamaica is no longer the most homicidal country in the Latin American Caribbean region. This is a major change. This is progress, but it must not be a passing phase. The decline must be sustained as we not only root out the gangs, but also transform the communities where they once had safe havens. By removing their habitat and changing the conditions, volatile communities, and indeed all of Jamaica, can become safer and more prosperous. Indeed, Jamaicans will be able to sleep with their windows and doors open. It is an ambition an aspiration from which we must not resile. As we succeed in driving down murders, and we seek to reap the peace dividends, we're seeing increased investments as capital flows into safer, more predictable communities and environment. Businesses can look forward to higher profits as they are no longer burdened with extortion and the high cost of security. But most importantly, peace and a reduction in crime encourages our best and brightest to remain here in Jamaica. It reduces the brain drain and secures the human resources necessary for the development of the country. This Parliament must therefore see violence reduction as central to our economic future. It is not a matter of security alone. It is key to unlocking our prosperity. And therefore, when it comes to the strategies for violence reduction, I again call for a non-partisan, non-political space to be created where we can work collectively and jointly to reduce, if not eliminate, social violence in our society. Yes, it is worthy of applause. Just over a decade ago, we set out to restore economic stability and put our country on a sustainable path. Today, we can say with confidence that we have achieved what we set out to do. Our debt-to-GDP ratio is now approaching 60%, 2 years ahead of schedule. Inflation is stable, reserves are strong, and our fiscal accounts are among the most disciplined in the world. With stability secured, the next step is growth. In this term, the government will be engaged in crafting a new medium-term economic plan, one designed not just to preserve discipline, but to unlock opportunity. This plan will focus on boosting long-term growth and productivity, deepening financial inclusion and resilience, and strengthening social protection for vulnerable households. It will seek the right balance, fiscal responsibility, alongside catalytic investments in infrastructure, human capital, and innovation. The Leader of the Opposition, in his presentation, made an observation that though we have achieved these significant things, reduction in debt, increased expenditure in infrastructure, there are many Jamaicans who are not seeing this translated into a substantial improvement in their quality of life. And this will always give opportunity for political advantage. But once the political competition has ended, we must all refocus our effort on the practical, the reality. I believe we all want to see a substantial improvement in the quality of life. We had a competition of ideas for this. Now, let us ensure that the best ideas are formed into policy and law and implemented effectively and efficiently so that the people can truly get the improvement in the quality of life that they deserve. So yes, there has to be a balance between the fiscal management and expenditure on creating social safety net, welfare, and promoting growth. It is this House, through debate, through exchange of ideas, through collaboration, that will determine what that balance is. And each of us must recognize our role in determining this delicate balance. Because if the delicate balance is not achieved, we risk going back to the dark days when this economy struggled to deliver the very benefits that we now are preaching that we can achieve for the people. So the balance, Madam Speaker, is important. So this Parliament must therefore continue to support investments in education, innovation, and technology to increase national productivity. Our creative and ambitious young people must be equipped to thrive in the digital economy. Our systems of government must work faster and more transparently. Through the SPEED program, we will reduce red tape, digitize processes, and eliminate inefficiencies that frustrate growth and breed corruption. But let us be clear, productivity is not only about individuals working harder. It is about creating the enabling environment in which efficiency is possible, but more importantly, where effort is rewarded. Two important things that we should take from that statement, Madam Speaker, is that productivity has to be a focus of the new administration, of the government, of the entire Parliament. And secondly, we have to move to more performance-based systems. There is a lot of empty talk about growth, but growth is a matter almost wholly and solely about how much more can you produce. And until the minds of our parliamentarians, our policymakers are focused on this question, how much more can we produce, and put the systems in place to encourage greater production, then it is only mere rhetoric about growth. So, Madam Speaker, that is why we have, as I've said, put in place SPEED, our program to reduce red tape, digitize processes, greater networking, and build cross-cutting systems to ensure that we can increase productivity in this country. Madam Speaker, infrastructure is critical to growth. And we have been investing heavily in infrastructure, no doubt. I think if any analysis were to be done, we would have to conclude that this government has probably, more than any other government in the last 50 years, would have spent more on infrastructure development. But I must address a matter of national concern. The South Coast Highway Improvement Project in St. Thomas, one of the infrastructure projects which is so important. This project is more than asphalt and concrete. It is a statement of equity. For generations, the people of St. Thomas have felt neglected, cut off, left behind. The highway is a promise that no parish will remain on the margins of national development. During the campaign, and as I toured the country, it was clear that there were parishes that felt that they were left off, left out, ignored. Madam Speaker, infrastructure, bringing infrastructure to all the parishes in Jamaica does help to strengthen the sense of national unity, that I am a part of the growth and development. And so we have put forward not just national plans, but parish-based plans, local plans that will ensure that every square inch of Jamaica will benefit from the infrastructure investment and the growth. And we use St. Thomas as the first example of this kind of investment. And I see the member from South Trelawney saying, please hurry up and come to Trelawney. And I'm sure every member here, certainly members from Westmoreland and Hanover and Clarendon, particularly the northern sections of Clarendon, would all be saying, please hurry up and bring the infrastructure development to my neck of the woods. And we acknowledge that the dividends of peace, which results in greater space in our budget, that has to be spread equitably, both in terms of the social structure of the country, but also in terms of the geographic allocations. Yet, Madam Speaker, the South Coast Road Improvement Project has unfortunately been marred by interference, intimidation, and attempts by individuals to unlawfully insert themselves into the works. I bring it here, Madam Speaker, because it is important to set the policy, the procedures, and the standards so that there is no ambiguity. The government has made it clear, and I repeat it here in this House, that no one has the authority to hijack national projects, intimidate contractors, or substitute political muscle for lawful governance. That way, thank God, I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you for the assurance. That way of doing things is the old politics. It is the very political violence that we celebrate that we have gotten rid of. And we can't return to it at all. Now, where jobs, we have had a practice established many years ago that members of Parliament must be notified in writing about projects in their constituency. And I'm sure every member of Parliament, including the new ones that are coming in, you would want that to be the case. That every project in your constituency, and I'm speaking it here for the heads of agencies who are here, that you must alert, notify members of Parliament about things that you're doing in their constituency. That must be the case. There has also been a long-standing convention that where these projects or programs generate employment, that a privilege is extended. I'm not going to say a courtesy, but a privilege is extended to the Member of Parliament to recommend persons to work. And there is even a further convention of asking the Members of Parliament to recommend liaisons. And it has worked well. We have not had any challenges with it. But we have to be practical. Where projects are already in train, and especially on the South Coast Road Improvement Project, which is deep in train, that any disruption or disturbance would not be in the national interest. Yeah, it would not be in the national interest. And in any event, I want to assure members of Parliament that this administration is not about trying to deprive MPs of the privileges that are established in conventions. No. But this administration is about order. It is about ensuring that systems are in place that work to preserve and protect public resources. And so I want to just make it absolutely clear here that there must not be, it will not be countenanced, and where it crosses the law to become an illegal or criminal act, the government will pursue. Madam Speaker, honourable members, if this House is to be a part of the engine of growth and development, the Leader of the Opposition says, must be growth. I have said there must be growth. If this House is to be part of the engine of growth, then its members must operate with the highest standards of efficiency and productivity and integrity and accountability. That is why during this term we will advance the process to formally institute job descriptions. This reform will make clear what the public rightly expects its elected representatives to do: regular attendance and active participation in sittings and committees, diligent oversight of ministries and agencies, transparent and ethical use of public resources, and continuous visible engagement with constituents. It will also create a framework to measure performance, improve accountability, and strengthen public trust in institutions. This is not about restricting members, it is about elevating the standards of service. It is about ensuring that every seat in this House is not just occupied, but actively contributing to Jamaica's progress and prosperity. This third term is not about legacy, it is about destiny. It is not about what I leave behind, but what Jamaica must achieve. And what Jamaica must achieve is nothing less than greatness. Jamaica must end absolute poverty in the land. And we can do it. We can build a Jamaica where every family has access to housing and secure title to their property. We can build a Jamaica where the infrastructure is first class and opens opportunities in all our parishes. We can build a Jamaica where our bureaucracy does not frustrate enterprise. We can build a Jamaica where peace replaces violence and order replaces disorder. We can build a Jamaica that takes its rightful place among the leading nations of the world. Madam Speaker, honourable members, this is not a task for one party or one side of the House. The elections are over. The time for the contest has passed. And I dare say, Madam Speaker, the time has come for cooperation, for partnership, for unity in the national interest. I extend once again my hand of partnership to the opposition parliamentarians. Let us together complete the journey to republic status. Let us work together to reduce violence. Let us work together to strengthen our economy, strengthen our institutions, raise the standard of living for all Jamaicans, and to deliver real results for the people. Madam Speaker, the strength of any parliament lies not merely in the force of argument, but in its civility. Civility, Madam Speaker, is sometimes absent from our conduct. And as we go into a new term, into a new parliamentary session, it behooves all of us to remember that the society is watching us, and we are the exemplars. We are the role models. We must never lose our civility. Madam Speaker, debate at its noblest is not combat. I will repeat that for some members here to ruminate on. Debate at its noblest is not combat. It's not fighting, but dialogue of conviction, where truth is tested, yes, but not trampled. And persuasion is achieved through reason rather than rancor. If we lose civility, we lose the very essence of our democracy. For cooperation is not weakness, but wisdom. And respect across the aisle does not diminish one's position. It elevates the dignity of this House. Let us remember, the people did not send us here to perform discord, but to deliberate on their behalf with clarity of mind and charity of spirit. My fellow Jamaicans, my colleagues in the House, we are a people small in number, but tall in influence, rich in culture, and boundless in potential. Let us not be paralyzed by doubt, distracted by cynicism, or divided by partisanship. Let us instead seize the horizon before us with faith, vision, discipline, hard work, and continued prayers. May God bless you all. May God bless this honorable House, and may God bless Jamaica, land we love. Madam Speaker, please permit me to express condolences. I discovered this morning, reading the news of the passing, the tragic passing of Councillor Patrick Forrester of the Petersfield Division in Westmoreland. Please allow me, Madam Speaker, to extend on behalf of the entire House condolences to his family and, of course, to the Westmoreland Parish Council and to the People's National Party.
Thank you, Prime Minister. House Leader, before you move for adjournment, members, especially new members, you will see some file jackets on your desk. The documents that are within should be removed, and these should be left on your desk after your departure for reuse by the Parliament. It is a mechanism we have introduced to better circulate documents for your attention. Please leave them when you depart each session. Thank you so much. House Leader.
Madam Speaker, it is not intended to do any further business today. We ask that the House be adjourned for a date to be fixed.
The question is that the House be adjourned for a date to be fixed. Those in favor? Those against? The ayes have it. This honorable House now stands adjourned.